Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome, everyone. I hope that you're having an amazing day. I'm honored to be connecting in with you, and I'm looking forward to sharing our amazing guests with you today. We've got some exciting news. We're letting you know about things that are coming up, and we're going to be focused on how to have an epic life. How do we have a healthy heart? And how do we have a vibrant, healthy business? And I think those are important things if we want to create an epic life. We want to be healthy. We want to be vibrant. We want to be building those things that matter to us most. So our guests today are going to support us in how to build a epic, vibrant business, even during challenging times, and how to create a healthy heart, taking a very holistic, powerful approach. So I'm honored to have you leaning in and joining us today as we dig into these concepts, into the subject matter, so that we can really live a powerful way, no matter what is going on around us, that we are able to have an epic life and move forward those things that matter most to us. So thank you for tuning in. I'm looking forward to the conversation and where all of this can go and where the ripple effect that we can create. When we connect together, mind, body, soul, and spirit, we are truly connecting together. And when we do that, we become unstoppable. We can create powerful things by uniting together. So I'm very honored to have you leaning in and letting us connect and unite with you. Heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that allows us to pour into you powerfully so that you can move forward those things that matter most to you. But in order to do that, in order to fully connect in, to fully be served by everything that is here for you today, it's really important that you choose to be fully present. Not just here in body, but fully present. Choosing to set everything aside just for a moment while we connect in so that we can pour into you and you aren't pulled a zillion directions. So take a moment and take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, like through a straw. Beautiful. Take another breath. See how big you can make your belly, in fact. Beautiful. This kind of breathing, and it just takes a moment, helps bring us present. It helps lower cortisol levels or stress levels so that we can have clearer thinking. We actually will have room and space to receive and integrate information that is coming to us. We're able to hear and listen and actually catch up with ourselves a little bit when we take a moment to stop, pause, breathe, and be fully present. And it feels wonderful to have oxygen throughout our bodies and just taking a moment to be. In fact, I'm going to encourage you to close your eyes for just a moment. You're safe. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head, bringing you all in, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And as you're continuing to breathe, let's check in. What is it that you need today? What is it that will encourage you, uplift you, support you? What do you need to live a vibrant, healthy, epic life? What do you need today, real time, to support you? And listen and receive the answer. Being unattached to how, we're not asking how. We're just asking to identify what it is that you need that will serve and support you. You get to release everything else right now. And as you're receiving that information, I encourage you to check in and see, are you open to receiving what it is that you need? Because you have choice. Being unattached to how it comes, but open and willing to receive. See if that shifts the information a little bit about what it is that you need and are willing to receive. Beautiful. Okay, let's take another breath. Come back into the room, eyes open. Great, fully present. Take a moment to write down what was placed on your heart that you need and are willing to receive. This helps actually start to bring it into reality. As you write it down, you're starting to create it. You're bringing it from swirling around inside of you to actually in a place that you can read it, you can see it, you can write it, you can interact. There is a connection when you write from your hand to your heart, and it helps bring forward what you're looking to bring forward into reality. So I encourage you to write it down. It helps you keep it top of mind because we can get so distracted. We can miss the answer. We can forget what we needed and move on to the next thing before we fully receive everything that we need. So I encourage you to be present and keep it top of mind so you're actively on the lookout, looking to be surprised at the wonderful and amazing way this need will be met. And my intention is that during our time together today, we're able to support you on what it is that you need to help move that forward. So lean in. Be fully present. Keep those deep breaths going throughout our time together. And I'm going to go around our virtual room here and give each of our amazing experts an opportunity to just share when they stopped for a moment and listened what was laid on their heart. So with that, I'd love to start with Dr. Millie Lee. What was laid on your heart?
Well, for me, I received a message of service, looking for guidance on how I can be of service, especially in these difficult times. So, yeah, hoping to get that message loud and clear.
I love that willingness to be of service and being given direction on how to respond, what to bring forward so that you can be of greatest service is beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And how about you, Justin? What was laid on your heart?
Just how amazing this day has been, and I'm so thankful. My book launched today, and we can talk about that later, but just, I don't know, I'm just so thankful for this. You keep saying epic life. I genuinely have an epic life, so I'm so thankful for it.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing, and we celebrate. So this is going to be a little bit of a cliffhanger, everybody. We're going to be talking about his amazing epic book that launched this morning, and we've actually got an update we're going to share on that. So you want to stay tuned for that, and we celebrate with you the release and launch of your book, and look forward to all the lives that are going to be touched by that. So thank you for taking a moment and just being present. Sometimes we do these things, we launch these things, we bring things forward, and we're not always present in it and taking a moment to celebrate and appreciate. So I love that you're doing that. Thank you for sharing.
Welcome.
And listeners, how about you? When we took a moment to stop, pause, listen, what was laid on your heart? Was it that desire to serve and really looking for how can you do that at the highest level? Is that pulling at your heart? Is it a thankfulness, something that is that you're taking time to really appreciate and celebrate today? Is it something that you're looking for, encouragement? Whatever it is, I encourage you as we go to our commercial break to take time to really listen and receive what is being placed on your heart, placed on your spirit. We move so quickly in life, doing. We don't always stop and listen to what our body, our mind, our spirit is trying to tell us. So as we go to this first commercial break, and these commercials are playing in the background with updates and information we absolutely want you to know about. I encourage you to choose to be present. Really listen to what is being spoken into your heart, into your spirit, and be. And when we come back, we're going to continue our conversation. Enjoy these next 2 minutes.
Be sure to friend us on Facebook. You can do it right now. Visit facebook.com/Voice America or search for us at keyword Voice America.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Get Unchained. Tune in every Monday for Jane Unchained on the Voice America Influencers channel, featuring nationally recognized best-selling author, TV journalist, and social media influencer Jane Velez Mitchell. This program takes you inside a trending lifestyle that's the next wave of human evolution. It all starts on your plate. If you want to revolutionize your life, get happier, more energized, then discover the secret. Tune in to Jane Unchained Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific Time and 1 p.m. Eastern Time on the Voice America Influencers channel. Rebecca Hall Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Have you had a chance to check out Voice America's online magazine and blog? If you love our hosts and shows, check out articles that give an even deeper perspective, plus topics about health and fitness, movie reviews, philosophy, business tips and tactics, spirituality, positive thought, current events, and even more about your favorite host. It's just a click away at blog.voiceamerica.com. That's blog.voiceamerica.com. The Voice America Press Blog. All access, all the time. We don't follow, we lead. Join us, the Voice America Influencers channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes that you gave yourself the opportunity to catch up with yourself a little bit. I don't know that we allow enough time for that in the busy pace that we live. So I hope that you took some time to catch up, listen, and really see what is being spoken into your heart and into your spirit. I'm thrilled to introduce our first guest. You got to hear from her on a heart level, and I wanted you to know a little bit more about her background before we get into a deeper conversation with her. So Dr. Millie Lee is a board-certified cardiovascular disease and intervention cardiologist. She was the first female in interventional cardiology, there we go, at Columbian Presbyterian Medical Center. So the Presbyterian Medical Center. She's a member of the American College of Cardiology and Institute for Functional Medicine. She's a yoga teacher and is absolutely passionate about you taking great care of your amazing heart. Please lean in and warmly welcome the powerful Dr. Millie Lee to the show. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you for that kind introduction.
You're welcome. I'm thrilled to have you joining us. And I love that we have someone that can help us intentionally, physically connect in with our heart, mind, body, and soul and spirit, literally. So I'm thrilled to have you today. And I'd love for you to share a little bit about your journey and what has led you to a holistic approach to our heart health.
Yeah, well, thank you. That's it has been an interesting journey. I started out as a conventional cardiologist, loving everything about the heart. It took me several years, however, to realize that heart disease really is a chronic disease. It's a lifestyle disease, and the best approach to treating heart disease, to preventing it completely, is through our lifestyle. Simple changes that we can make from how we eat, how we breathe, how we move can have profound effect on our heart health. Our heart is also, the seat of our emotion, of our intuition, and using that heart intelligence can also provide us with a wonderful tool to build resilience, especially during these very trying times. So I transitioned from a conventional approach. Yeah.
No, thank you for sharing. And you transitioned, I didn't mean to interrupt you. You transitioned from this conventional approach to really looking at supporting people holistically, taking into account lifestyle, because as you mentioned, shifting some of that can have a profound effect on our heart health. Do you mind sharing just a little bit about that shift that you had and that you're so passionate about helping people in a very holistic way now?
I think it began for me after my yoga teacher training. I learned the true essence of what holistic health meant, that it did involve more than just a physical body, more than just that physical organ, the heart. It involves mind and spirit and nutrition. So I went down that path of yoga teacher training and integrative medicine, functional medicine, and have landed back in New York City with an integrative cardiology practice where I'm able to integrate all of the science that I've learned through the years, plus the ancient wisdom of yoga and holistic health.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And you mentioned in your previous share that during these trying times, during these challenging times, that there are things we do now that can help shift our heart health. So with stress, because with change, challenges, there can be stress that we're dealing with on new levels. How can we face stress? And is that something we need to be concerned about with our heart health? And if so, what can we start to do about that?
Yes, definitely. As you know, stress can affect pretty much every organ in our bodies, and certainly the heart can be vulnerable to stress. As this recent pandemic has shown us, individuals with heart disease and lung disease, they are the ones who have been and are the most vulnerable. And, not only the cardiac patients, not only are they vulnerable to the physical stress of infections, but I believe that stress is really one of the major root causes of heart disease and, frankly, many chronic diseases out there. The American Institute of Stress reports that about 75 to 90% of all doctor visits are for some stress-related issue. And this was pre-COVID, so imagine what it would be like now. I think we're all feeling some kind of stress. So, yes, as you mentioned, I do believe there are many things we can do to build resilience against this stress, which can be so detrimental to our health.
Is there a tip or a piece of advice that you can give us? Maybe one thing that is easy. We don't need really hard things right now that we can do. Start, just to start to bring in that would help us just lower that stress level a little bit.
Yes. Well, just one thing. The one thing has to be very personal. It can be. It can mean something different to different people. For some people, it may just be going for a walk outside. For others, it could be meditation, practicing mindfulness. There are some wonderful apps available now, meditation apps, if you're new to meditation, that I think are fantastic. And they've actually all become free to the public, which is a wonderful new thing that they're doing. So apps such as Headspace, Calm, and Insight Time are all now free to everyone. And I think a wonderful way to explore the world of meditation. Of course,
Beautiful.
there is yoga, which is one of my favorite tools to manage stress. And I love it because it really does blend meditation, movement, breathing, and a little bit of socialization. So it's a wonderful tool, kind of get the most bang for your buck. So those are some of the great ways that that I think are important. And I'd like to add, just building a strong foundation is important. Making sure that you're sleeping well and eating well, even though we're called to eat more comfort foods. We need to eat more nutritiously to build resilience against anything that may come our way.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And I love some of those tools that are available that we can lean into. I think it's so important that we're mindful of what we are choosing to dwell on, what we're choosing to listen to, what we're choosing to bring in, because that could increase our stress or reduce it, lessen it, by really paying attention to our environment and how we're interacting with it as well. So I love that you've given us some tools that we can lean into to help create a more positive, supportive environment for ourselves, and that we're being mindful of what we're eating so that it is building us, supporting us in a powerful way. Now, you have a book coming out. I'm very excited about it, called Your Heart is in Your Hands. I'd love for you to share a little bit about that book and when we can be looking forward to getting our hands on it, to enjoying it, bringing it into our lives.
Well, thank you. I am super excited about the book. Your Heart is in Your Hands is all about how you can take control of your own heart health. We don't have to give up that control to the medical society. We're here to guide you, but you actually have all of the tools within yourself to prevent and reverse heart disease. And so the book sort of gives you what the background of that is and many, many, many tips on how to keep your heart healthy. And the book launches on Kindle on June 13th. So I'm super excited about that.
Yay. So everybody mark that on your calendar, June 13th, that it will be released. That's just around the corner. And I know something special that she's doing with the launch is the first 24 to possibly 48 hours. She's going to be offering it for $1 US on Kindle to really reach as many hearts around the world as possible so we all can step into a more powerful, healthy, supportive relationship with our heart. We're very excited about your book coming forward. So again, please mark on your calendars June 13th, save the date, and be watching for emails. We're going to help share out the message. So hopefully you're on our list or you're following us in social media, and we'll be happy to share that out. Make sure you've got the links to take advantage of that amazing opportunity. Anything else that you would like to add before we go to our next commercial break, a tip or something on your heart in light of our conversation today?
Well, I would love to share a very interesting fact about the heart that I've recently discovered. It's actually very recent research about the heart and the intelligence of the heart. And I bring it up because I think that we're always so focused on using our mind to change our thoughts, but we can actually tap into our emotions and use the power and the intelligence of the heart to guide the mind. So we actually start all of our feelings when we're feeling stress. We tend to, or when we're feeling happiness, all of our feelings, we feel them at the heart level. And so we can use positive emotions to send good messages to the brain, which can then really build resilience and I think just overall health. So I think it's a wonderful finding about the heart. I think a finding that ancient yogis have known forever, but now science is backing it up. So I'm excited to share that.
Beautiful. Thank you. I love that. So it's wonderful that we have that kind of, that we can direct brain how to feel and respond. We have that ability. I think that's wonderful. So thank you. Thank you for sharing with us. We're excited about your upcoming book launch. We'll be watching as we get ready to go to our next commercial break. Listeners, I want you to think about, what are you feeling? What message is your heart sharing? And what message do you want to share to your heart, with your heart, to your brain, so that you are feeling and moving forward in the way that is supportive to you? And with that, we'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
Think you've seen everything there is to see in online television? Let us surprise you. Visit voiceamerica.tv today for sports, health, business, and more on demand 24/7.
Rebecca Hall Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Sustainable success is just around the corner. If you are an entrepreneur, business leader, or anybody looking for their next level of success, tune into Sustainable Success with host Chris Salem. Did you know that the path to success is a long path that started many years ago? The path you started on then determines what is happening now. Chris and his amazing guests in their field will help you navigate the path to sustainable success every Thursday at 12 noon Eastern Time and 9 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Influencers channel.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Tune in to the Voice America Variety channel on the Voice America Talk Radio Network. Voice America Variety broadcasts a diverse array of topics, reaching a global community. Our experts come from all walks of life, and the topics they discuss are everything from current events, arts and entertainment, leadership, parenting, relationships, self-improvement, career advice, and a variety of other topics. Check us out today. You're sure to find something of interest. Voice America Variety. Talk on today's hot topics.
Change starts here. Change starts now. Join us, the Voice America Influencers channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to empowering women, transforming lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed that time to stop, pause, and listen to what your heart is saying. And what are you having and encouraging your heart to share with your mind, and how you're feeling and how you're processing things. So I love that we are able to give some direction to that. So as we shift to the next part of our show, we're going to be looking at how to build an epic business. And our next amazing guest, I love, not only is building an epic business something that he is passionate about, he's been able to do in incredible ways, he has always kept at the forefront his family and the life that he wants to have and build. That's always been part of the formula for him, part of what he's been able to bring forward. So he's built an epic life and an epic business, and he's excited to help you do the same. Let me share a little bit about him. Justin Breen is the CEO of the PR firm Brepic Communications. Justin is hardwired to seek out and create viral, thought-provoking stories the media craves, they are looking for and wanting. He finds the best stories when he networks with his visionary entrepreneurs. He believes that he believes powerfully and strongly in the power of introductions and the importance of relationships and what can be built when we come and connect together. Brepic Communications clients include, and this is just a few, Allstate, Morgan Stanley, University of Illinois, Salvation Army, national IT firms, and he's worked with many, many financial advisors and all types of visionary entrepreneurs. He is passionate about you having an epic business and a life you love. Please lean in and warmly welcome the powerful Justin Breen to the show. Welcome!
What a great day. What an epic day it is, Rebecca.
Welcome. And I'm excited we get to share some of this epic day with you. Now, do you want to share? You mentioned it a little bit in the beginning that your book launched. And I'd love before we share exciting news about the book launch, I would love for you to share a little bit about the title of your book and how people can get a copy of it today, in fact, because it launched this morning on Amazon.
Sure. Yeah, it's called Epic Business. It's basically what I learned in the first 30 months of my company. And basically, it's just I've built this incredible global company in less than 3 years. And here's the roadmap for how I did it, and spending as much time with my family as I want to, make as much money as I want, and only work with the best people on the planet. So here is the guide to doing what I did in less than 3 years.
And I love that, because now having a roadmap, that can make it a easier process for all of us. So thank you for being so generous and being willing to share and bring this book forward. And I love how direct, powerful, and candid the information is in your book. It's easy to hear, it's easy to understand, and there are practical steps we can take if we're wanting to build an epic business. So I love your book, excited it's available, and in fact, you were able to launch it early, partly because of the demand that people have been waiting for this book, and during these challenging times, really wanting roadmap roadmaps, tools, steps they can take proactively. So thank you, one, for being willing to bring it forward early to really respond to that, and two, to let us be part of that launch. I mean, today we're getting to share this epic moment with Justin as he shares his book with the world. He's carving time out of his busy launch day to share with us. And that's a huge honor. And I'm going to add, on Amazon, you can get his book today. So right now, make a note. On Amazon, you can find his book. Look it up under Justin Breen. You can look it up under Epic Business. It's available for $1 on Amazon. This is an opportunity to add an amazing resource to your library to support you in real ways in moving your business forward. Anything you want to add to that, Justin?
Well, it's $1, and I mean, literally, there are billions of dollars worth of advice in there. I have 2 billionaire clients, and the combined revenue and wealth of my clients and their companies are, probably in the trillions of dollars, to be honest. So it's basically, again, what I've learned from some of the best people in the world, and sharing those tips with you. And again, the key is helping people. I don't care if I make money on this book or anything. It's more about just genuinely wanting to help people. And people always wonder, like, how did you create this business and life for yourself? And here's how I did it. So it's a quick read and very direct, like you said. So it weeds out all the nonsense, and I think people will really enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. I know the reviews have been very powerful, very positive. Thank you again for making this book available. Again, you can find it on Amazon today for $1, an amazing value. I encourage you to lean in and get a copy, share it out. We'd love to make this available to as many people as possible. And Justin, do I have your permission to share the breaking news about your launch?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so we've got to do a drum roll. Hopefully that sounds like a drum roll. I'm not a drummer. There we go. Perfect. So we got updates on the campaign just before we were getting on live with all of you. So his book, launched this morning, has already become a bestseller. Actually an international bestseller in multiple countries, multiple categories. It's hit 11 best-selling categories so far in 2 countries. We're still waiting for numbers that are coming in from additional countries, and we're excited to see how that unfolds. But we celebrate this epic day with you, Justin. Congratulations on your book already becoming an international bestseller. Congratulations.
Thanks, and it has a message that's very powerful, and I'm glad that the right people are checking it out.
Wonderful. Well, I'm excited to share this epic day with you, and can't wait to see all the lives, all the businesses and families that are touched by being able to tap into this amazing resource. Now, I'd like to also have you talk a little bit about the work that you do, how you are helping businesses, especially visionaries, really get messages out into media in a way that media wants to hear. Do you mind sharing a little bit about how that may be different than how we may traditionally try to approach media with things?
Yeah, sure. So there's a 2-pronged response to that, what my company does and then what my company is. So what my company does is, I was a journalist for 20 years and created my entire business model based on how PR firms annoyed me for 20 years. So most PR firms send press releases. Yeah, everybody laughs, but that's why it's been successful. So as a journalist, you receive these useless press releases from people you don't know, and you get hundreds of these a day. So basically, I was just annoyed for 2 decades. And so my company creates actual stories that are interesting, similar to what I did as a journalist, and that becomes a link on the client's website, and then I take that link and pitch it to media all over the world. So that's literally all my business does. What my business is, and this has evolved, and that's been the coolest part of writing this book, is realizing what my business actually is. But what it is a giant incubator of geniuses around the world, and we're constantly introducing each other for mutual gain. And the byproduct is I'm constantly getting interest to all these companies around the world that want to hire my firm. So even in times like this, my business has exploded because the folks that are in my network, and there's tens of thousands of them, they're essentially all visionaries that don't look at things as cost. They look at things as investment and have an abundance mentality. And that's how I am as well. So it's just created this giant organism of awesome people. And that is my team. It's just this team that is constantly growing and evolving. So it's really fun to watch that.
I love that. And I love how there's that ongoing support of each other and cheering each other on and introducing and this thinking of each other as you're going out into the world, because sometimes we can have a very narrow focus. And I love how everyone in your network and your group is thinking, oh, I should introduce Justin to this person. And you're thinking, I should introduce this company to this person. And everybody wins. And we can create that if we start to shift a little bit, I think, expand our vision and what we're looking to create. Anything you'd like to add to that?
I mean, you're 100% correct. So I spend most of my day just talking to awesome people all over the world and just listening to them, and they'll say something obscure. I have definitely a weird brain and just really amazing memory somehow, but they'll just say something random, and I'll be like, oh, I know someone halfway across the world who thinks exactly the same way, and I'll just connect them. And a week later, they'll be like, wow, how did you know how to connect us? We're like best friends now, and we might be doing business together. So I get like 20 of those emails a week. And again, I'm getting 2-3 solid intros a day to these amazing companies. And it's when you have this abundance mentality too, there's no limit to all the great things that can happen. And that's how my brain has shifted as well since starting this business and watching it evolve. It's just like, and this book is like just the next step of that, because it's only going to take my company to the next level. So it's endless abundance and endless excitement. So I'm super pumped right now.
I love it, and I can hear it in your voice, which is wonderful.
And let me tell you something. I am tired, right? This has been a very long day. And it's only I don't even know what time it is, but I am so energetic talking about things like this that I have endless energy for it. It's not work at all. It's just fun for me.
Beautiful. And I love that that's what you get to do and bring forward. And that's how your business has become and is created and growing and becoming more and more that way. I love it, love it, love it.
That's right.
So I was curious that we're hearing a term a lot in this time frame. I'm hearing a lot in business, pivot. We've got to pivoting. We're doing this. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are about the clients that you serve, especially in this visionary space that's very collaborative. What are you seeing that they're doing to pivot that is serving them really well in this type of a market and the type of challenging environment we're in right now?
So I want to give you one example, but it sums up essentially what 100% of my clients think like and what they do. So there's this high-end leather company that I work with in Dallas, and I'm based in the Chicago area, but that doesn't matter. But so they're in Dallas. They create boots and wallets and purses, like super premium things. And because of COVID, that production was no longer deemed essential. So they immediately pivoted and decided to start making cloth masks. And so you can buy a cloth mask from them, and then they donate 3 to local charities, hospitals, police department, etc. But see here, so that's wonderful and amazing. But then also because of that, and it's Marcianti and Company, by the way, is their name. But so also because of that, they're staying open, and they're actually adding employees because the demand for these masks is exceptional. So that's what pivoting is all about. People that think with a cost or scarcity mentality, they would never think of doing something like that. But the people I work with and the people in my network, they all think like that. They're just like, I'll just pivot this way and invest in this. And that's how I am too. So when you're surrounded by these people constantly, you just rise up with them. And then by nature, you just help other people rise up as well. So I think a lot of what's in my book is going to help people do that as well.
Absolutely. I agree. And I thank you for sharing that example. And I celebrate that they're doing
Sure.
that. Not only are they leaning in to help a demand and a need that's there, but they're adding employees, they're helping the economy, they're providing for those families, and they're even donating and giving to so many in need. And so it's a win-win-win by being willing
Right.
to pivot and look for the opportunity. So this is a beautiful example. Thank you for sharing. And I agree. Your book will open up a shift. It doesn't just open up, it shifts how you look at things, but you do it in a simple step-by-step way. So it doesn't feel heavy and overwhelming, but you're like, oh, well, that makes sense. Am I doing that? And you're able to, I found I was able to take it in, process, and then move to the next step and kind of learn the lessons that you shared so beautifully in the book. But it was in a easy to digest way, which I think is very, very important and powerful.
Thanks. And as you know, I don't waste words, very direct. And I think what was interesting about this book is, as you know, it was written before COVID happened. It was written in 43
Yes.
days in November, a little of December, and just the very beginning. I think I finished January 1. So it was written before anything really happened here. And yet it totally prepared me, the mindset and lessons I learned in there totally prepared me for this situation. So it's
Yes.
actually like, oh, okay, this is actually a perfect mindset for what's going on right now, and really for any time period, because these are the lessons and the greatness I learned from all these just incredible geniuses around the world.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And I think it's so timely. I'm so glad you leaned into bringing it forward earlier so that it can serve that many people even sooner than we expected, because there is such a need for a shift, for us to learn how to think in this abundant way with our businesses and in a collaborative way. And so I celebrate your book. Congratulations on it becoming an international bestseller already. Super exciting. We celebrate that. I want to encourage our listeners that are feeling an alignment, lean in, get a copy, share it out. Let's reach as many people around the world, especially those that are struggling during this time. Here's an opportunity to learn from some amazing geniuses around the world that have been able to pivot, that have been able to grow powerfully even during times like this. Tap into that amazing resource. Again, you can find it on Amazon. It's Epic Business by Justin Breen. And we are getting ready to go to our next commercial break, but here's what I want to let you know. As we do that, when we come back, I'm going to let you know how to connect in further with Dr. Millie and Justin, so you can continue to take those that connection that has started. You can take it to a deeper level if you're wanting to connect in. So stay tuned. We'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
Follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN. Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
There's a new force to be reckoned with in talk radio. It's Not Just Talk Radio, hosted by LaTanya Jr. and co-host Tina Wynn and Tony Brown. Not Just Talk Radio is like a superhero, inspiring, problem-solving, and informing, packed with action-provoking conversations from news, movements, and social and politics issues. This program is about a wide range of voices and fresh points of view from experts, celebrities, and you, the listener. Not Just Talk Radio is broadcast live Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Influencers Channel.
Rebecca Hall-Griter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Become a member of VoiceAmerica.com. It's easy, and best of all, it's free. Start out by going to our homepage or any of our channels and click register at the top. Once you've created an account and signed in, you can create your own custom library, opt into our newsletter, search by show, host, guest, or topic of interest, or browse millions of hours of content across all of our Voice America radio channels. Membership gets you more. Visit VoiceAmerica.com today to get started and tailor the listening experience to your taste.
We don't follow, we lead. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes, that you made a quick note to get Justin's amazing book available today, and you got a chance to really take a moment to process what he had shared and the wisdom and insight that has been shared throughout the show today to really support you in having an epic life, having a healthy, powerful, connected heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And those of you that have a business or being led to create one, that you are having support to create that epic business and life that you desire. So as I promised before we went to commercial break, I would let you know how you could connect with both of our amazing guests at a deeper level. I want to keep that connection going for everybody. So Dr. Millie, I would love for you to start. How can people connect with you further?
Start with my website page, millieleemd.com. There's also some fun information on there regarding heart disease risk, metabolic syndrome, and certainly ways to get in touch with me. Also, feel free to reach out on Facebook at Dr. Millie Lee, and Instagram, same handle at Dr. Millie Lee. And don't forget to buy the book in June.
Perfect. June 13th. Let's mark that on the calendars. Perfect. Thank you, Dr. Millie Lee. I appreciate you joining us today and sharing how people can connect on a deeper level. And then, Justin, I'd love for you to share. How can people connect with you?
Well, I appreciate you giving me that opportunity. My website is brepicllc.com. That's B as in boy, R-E, P as in pony, I, C as in Cobra, LLC.com, brepicllc.com, and I'm all over social media. I've got like 40,000 followers, so pretty easy to find.
Okay, perfect. Well, I think that's important. We want everyone to be easy to find that can support and help us on our journeys. I love how you are so connected that so many people are able to reach out to you and find you. That's just amazing. And I appreciate you being willing to make yourself available in that way. So I want to encourage everyone, please lean in, take a look at Justin's amazing book available today, Epic Business on Amazon for that special rate of $1. And it's available through the end of today at that special rate, maybe tomorrow, but we're not positive. It'll be for sure available through the end of today. So I encourage you to act now, get your copy. And as we bring our time together to close, I want you to take a moment to pause, breathe, just check in, think about what you wrote at the beginning of the show that you needed, that you were looking for, that you were willing to receive. See if that has shifted in a direction, if it's moved forward in some way. And I want you to take a few moments after the show to pause, breathe, integrate anything that's spoken in your heart and spirit, and keeping top of mind on the lookout what it is that you need and are willing to receive. But I also want to add a stretch to this. I want to encourage you to think about what is something you can do to encourage another, to lift another up. Something you're grateful for, thankful for, and can do a reach out. It can be as simple as sending someone a message, thanking them for being a positive person in your life or for something they shared out. Let's take a moment today and spread that appreciation and that abundance. Let's be proactive in that. And I want you to remember that each of you are beautifully and wonderfully made, absolutely needed for such a time as this. And the biggest gift you can give the world is being willing to share more of you. So go out into the world, share, bloom where you're planted, and shine. Have an amazing week, everyone. I'll look forward to talking to you next week.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter, next Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Influencers Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.